Hey guys, welcome back to my second live video. I'll wait a second until you all join, but I'd like to introduce myself to anybody who's watching this after it's gone live. My name is Lavinia and I am a social media consultant. I have worked in the social media industry for around 5 years and I've worked across a number of fields and realized that there wasn't a lot of people in social media who were creating personalized strategy for different types of businesses. So what I have decided to do is do that for business in Perth and eventually nationally as well. So I'm going to talk about insights on social media because insights are something that maybe even as a business you're not even kind of aware of. It's something that there is a little bit of information out there, but there's not a lot of people sharing it in different ways. There's lots of podcasts, but not many videos. So I'm just going to talk to you guys about how you can use insights for your business socials and use it to your advantage for increasing engagement. Recently, hey guys that have just joined, thanks for joining. Recently, I have had a lot of people ask me about the algorithm and engagement, and what it really comes down to is understanding your insights. And if you're not fully understanding them, it's about working out how to understand them to best suit you. So let's talk about Facebook and Instagram separately. If you weren't aware, they are owned by the same company, so they're doing a lot of similar things now. So you're going to recognize if you are a business on Facebook and Instagram, a lot of crossovers happen now because they've changed the way it was done. This topic is so timely, Taryn. It is. It's definitely something we need to be talking about and educating people about more because it's something that we aren't understanding. So let's get into it. If you don't know what your insights or your analytics are, I'm going to show you now. So let me just get on my phone. So here we go. We'll see how well this works. Okay, so hang on. Let's see. Oh, yep, there you go. You can see kind of the lighting is a bit bad for this, but in the top right-hand corner, when you go into your homepage of your business, you will see pages, activities, and insights. What you want to do is click on your insights, and you're going to see a couple of things. You're going to see post reach, you're going to see post engagement, and new likes. Now on Facebook, basically now if you're a business platform, if you are posting organic information, unless you're boosting it and putting a paid promotion behind it, it's really, really unlikely to be seen. So looking at your insights is literally the foundation for building a bigger business on social media. So basically reach is the amount of accounts that have seen your posts or your profile in the last week, or depending on whether you're individually looking at it. So your post reach is the amount of individual counts. So for me, my post reach since I started is about 3,000 people. So it's pretty good because I haven't paid for a lot of advertising on Facebook. So it's a lot of organic reach. And that happens through sharing. That's a really great way to organically do that. So engagement is the amount of people who have liked or the amount of people who have commented or shared your content. So that's really a good thing to do if you are interested in creating an amount of live action on your Facebook, and this will keep that going. And then new likes is really important as well, because if you're not getting new likes onto your page, it means you're not doing something that is actually going to increase your awareness through Facebook. Look, basically what I'm saying is if you're on social media and you're not using paid advertising on Facebook, it's definitely something you should get into. I did talk about this in a post if you go into my profile and read more about it, but that's something that I really try and specialize in with business is social media advertising, because it's something that is personalized to your business and who your target market are. So that's what I want to get into next. Target market is so important. It is obviously your customer base and who you are. So if that is the foundation you're building, then it's something you need to look into. So I'm just going to talk about that. I'm just looking at mine just to give you guys a bit of reference. So if I can scroll down on Facebook, it's called your audience. And basically you can see who's liked your stuff, how many times they've liked it, and what they're sort of interested in seeing and what they're not interested in seeing. And you just need to make sure you're really understanding and engaging with that. So if there's a post that gets 50 likes versus a post that might get 1 or 2 likes, then obviously the one that gets 50 is the content that they want to see. So it's all about looking at what your target market is doing with your socials and then being able to reflect that back to them. So then I'm just gonna head back over to Instagram, because if you are running Facebook, you're running Instagram. Usually, primarily, Instagram has been for a younger audience, but we're now seeing a changing trend where once we actually look at our target market, we do see that there is that older target market that are going to Instagram, which is great because it's a really way better platform to be on if you want to understand what you're doing with your business in terms of being able to share and engage in a lot easier way. And also you can get a lot more organic reach that you can't get if you're on Facebook now through the algorithm paid promotion. So if you don't or haven't read your insights, and obviously you only got access to your insights on Facebook and Instagram if you have a business account. If you haven't changed over, then you won't have access to this stuff. And you know, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of going through to your settings and understanding that. It's super easy. You can just Google it. Can you provide any tips on how to target sponsored posts to increase engagement? I can, but I think that that is another whole topic in itself. I could go on about that. But essentially, targeting sponsored posts, Taryn, would be about making sure you understand who the target market is. If you don't know who your client target market is, then you're not going to be able to understand how and where to go from there. So yeah, it's about understanding who your target market is, and once you get that, really refining that. But it's also, Facebook advertising is about playing around with what you're doing as well. So let's go on to our insights for Instagram. So if you do have insights for your Instagram, then it is the little bars. You might be able to see it up here. No, you can't see it. Okay, so you'll have your name across, and then you have a little clock, and then you have like 4 little bars, and they'll be of different sizes. Now you want to click on that, and that is this is your holy grail. I honestly swear by your insights. It's about understanding your different activity, your content, and your audience. So what I want to do is I want to look at my, first of all, it'll come up with the top bar, and it's going to say your followers and then your posts. And then you're going to see that your increase of followers or your decrease depending on, and then you're also going to see how many posts, whether you're up or down. And then your first thing below that is going to be your impressions. It's really good how Instagram shows us our impressions, because we can understand if our content is really appreciated by our target market or not. And if you've got minus there, I've got minus 228, but I've still got 6,000 impressions in the last week. So I'm pretty happy with that, but maybe there was a post the week before that got a lot more engagement. So I want to go back and see if that has. Now I'll tell you about that a bit later. Your reach will be the amount of individual accounts that have seen your stuff, and I've had 1,500, so that's pretty good. It's not bad. It is a little bit down, so it's probably about looking back at my stuff that I posted and then going in and seeing I might be able to post something more. I always like to ask my audience what they want to see, because really they are the people you're giving value to. If you're not providing value for your audience, who are you providing it for? So then I want to go across and see how many times my profile's been viewed. If it's up, that's good. If it's down, maybe you're not creating exciting engagement, or you might have hashtags that aren't targeted enough. So there's lots of different ways to look at that, and obviously there is the potential to look at your insights and create a strategy around it. That's something that I do specialize in, but you yourself can look at this and be able to, hi Kim, look at different ways that you can create a new way to be able to create engagement. The most important thing in your insights that I think about is your audience and your followers. So if you see followers in your insights and then you click to see more, this is everything. The number one tip that I want to give you if you're a business on social media is posting at your most engaged times. This is essential. If you don't post at your most engaged times, so calm down, you're really distracting me. Really don't appreciate that, guys. If you're not posting at your most engaged times, you're probably missing out on a huge amount of business or organic growth. So what you want to do is you want to scroll down to the bottom of your followers and look. So it'll come up with bar graphs, if you can see from back here. Sorry, the light. If you're seeing a bar graph like this, you'll know what I'm talking about. So you want to look at the hours in the day. So what you'll see is followers, and then you'll see Thursdays. And then for me, my best time to post today on this account is 6 p.m. So post at that time. And if it might be like 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. in the morning, there are things like Planoly, or there's also other types of places that you can schedule posts to do it automatically for you. So, you know, it's not as if you can't post at your most engaged times if you're not available on social media. So I always look at my best days as well. So you can click across to days, and my best days this week, now I need to say this changes every week. Your insights change every week. So this week, Wednesday and Sunday are my best days to post, but next week probably maybe Thursday and Monday might be. So you want to always look at this before you're planning on posting. And now with the draft feature on Instagram, you can draft as many posts as you want ready to go when you've got a good engagement time. So yeah, I can look and see that Sunday is my best time. I click across to the day. It's super easy to use. You click 6 p.m. on Sunday, best time to post. Okay, I'll make a note of that, and I can either set my alarm or I can put it through an account to watch it. So that's really important. So always look at when your best times to post through your followers. As well, make sure that you know who your target market is. For me, mine, I know it's 18 to 35, and it's majority women. And I try and give women content that it's easier when your target market is people like yourself, because you kind of know who they are. But a detailed target market will give you the organic reach and engagement that you want to get. So I just want to go back out of that. And if you go back to the original Insights homepage, you can click down and you can see posts. And you can click across to see more. This is an amazing way to understand what your followers are after. If they want to see your impressions, or if they want to see what you're putting out. So for me, I can see impressions. My biggest post was my first one that I talked about. If you can see that, it's a little bit crappy, but that one when I announced that I was going to become a consultant. And obviously people love to see photos of you because it's more personalized, but then I can also click across and I can see that the most comments were, other than that picture, was a tip or a kind of insight into something. So you've got to see, okay, I've posted a picture of this flower, but I've also posted a picture of this quote. The quote's got a lot more engagement. Okay, so maybe I need to focus on posting more quotes, or it might be more value, or it could be more products that are tops, depending on what your business is. You really want to look at what your business page is getting in terms of impressions, comments, likes, and post more of that, because that's what your audience want to see. So yeah, that's basically essentially it. Look at your insights. They are everything. If you're not looking at your insights, you should be, because they're really going to give you that extra level you need to be able to reach a wider audience. Yeah, and if you have any questions, I would love for you to leave a comment below. Everyone's got a valid opinion on insights, and it's interesting. If you are a business owner and you don't use insights, I'd love for you to head over to my Instagram. It's laviniaware.social, and I would love you to leave me a message if you do start using your insights and you see a change in your engagement. So that's all for my live video tonight. Thanks so much for everyone for tuning in. And if you do want to get in contact with me, you can head to my website. It's laviniaware.com.au. Or you could send me a message, or even send me an Instagram. I'm on everything, and I'd love to hear from you. So thanks everyone, and I'll be on another Instagram live very soon.